Before we get into this special weekend edition of Just the Truth, let me tell you about the latest special from Michael and Dale at MyPillow. The standard MyPillow, normally $49.98, for a limited time only, just $14.88 with promo code Joey. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener specials, and see all the specials. There's a limited quantity of just 10 at this special price. That's $14.88 with promo code Joey. And one more thing, we know MyPillow products come with a 10-year warranty, but MyPillow has just announced that they're extending their 60-day money-back guarantee. That's right, orders placed between now and December 25th will have their 60-day money-back guarantee extended through March the 1st, 2025. Thanks for joining me in the PhD Weight Loss Studio. To lose weight for the last time, visit myphdweightloss.com. On our show today, we'll visit with Berea Fire Department Chief Gary Brock. Chief Brock will talk about the LEO Santa program, where first responders around Greenville County will be delivering toys for over 5,000 kids in the county to make their Christmas special. And speaking of Christmas, there's nothing that gets you in the Christmas spirit more like ice on Main. We have Taylor Talbot with the City of Greenville talking about this annual program in Greenville that's bringing people from all around to enjoy ice skating in downtown. Also, Brenda Parks, Vice President of Children's Ministries with the Miracle Hill Ministries, talks with us about their successful foster care program, which is literally changing the lives of so many children in upstate South Carolina. Finally, with the inauguration of President Donald Trump coming up in January, there's a lot of people asking how to get tickets to the inauguration and about the many balls that will celebrate the new Trump administration. Toby Douthat with the South Carolina State Society will give us all the details about what will be a fun-filled few days in our nation's capital. There's a lot to talk about, so let's get started. This year marked the 5th year of LEO Santa in Greenville. The annual event was a 28-hour holiday toy drive at Bon Secours Wellness Arena that had the community coming together to make this Christmas special for a lot of children in the Greenville area. On our guest line today to tell us all about it is Chief Gary Brock of the Berea Fire Department. Welcome, Chief. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fabulous today. It's been a busy day already.
Every day is a busy day, isn't it? So, well, give us a quick overview, Chief, if you would, of what LEO Santa is.
LEO Santa, the law enforcement officer. Basically, our program that we do is to try to provide gifts and toys to kids, and to put a smile on their face for those that are a little bit misfortunate in being able to receive. So, and it's also a chance for first responders to actually be able to go out and meet people at a different level, because when we get called out, sometimes it's not on good circumstances, and this is just a different approach, and it's a way that we can actually go out into our community and be able to spread some joy and cheer, and instead of it being something else.
Yeah. And what a great way to do that, Chief. Now, this started, as I understand it, with some sheriff's deputies with the Greenville County Sheriff's Office, but today it has spread among all first responders, law enforcement, firefighters, EMTs. All of you get involved, right?
That is correct, and our founders of that, him and his wife, they actually on one Christmas Eve just decided that they would try to help out in some areas that were not fortunate to have Christmas. And they actually went out, and I think through a couple of years past that, they actually asked some other deputies to get involved. And now it's evolved to where the other first responders in Greenville County are supporting it. And, it's the city police, our Greenville County fire chiefs, and as they've all joined in, EMS has joined in, and emergency management. So we're all a part of it. And we think it's a great thing. It's a great opportunity for us to all be involved in.
Yeah. And I really like the idea that you guys deliver the toys, because as we mentioned, too often when young kids are come in contact with a first responder, it's not in the best circumstances. So this is a chance for you to let them know that you're caring individuals, you're part of the community.
That is correct. And it like I said, we see people on their worst days, and it's also something to help us with and dealing with some of that. We need something to let our guys sort of have a different approach to know that we care about each other. And, it's not always about just out there doing the job. And sometimes, like I said, we see some things that we wish that we could unsee.
Right, exactly. With me today is Chief Gary Brock with the Berea Fire Department, and we're talking about this wonderful program of first responders making Christmas special for a lot of young children in our community. You can find out additional information on their website, leosantachristmas.com, leosantachristmas.com. They have everything you'd need to know about the program. Now, let's talk a little. Of course, you had your major drive a week or so ago. It is a 28-hour time period where people could drop their toys off. You've had locations all around the county as well. But as I understand it, people can still get you toys. Is that correct?
That is correct. I mean, we've got some places that we have boxes set up at some businesses, and we're still going around and trying to pick up. We're getting the last minute phone calls. Hey, can we drop some toys off? If they drop them off at a location that's available to receive, they can call us and we'll still come by and try to pick them up. Like I said, the 21st is actually our distribution day, so we will pretty much have everything in order by, say, the 19th of this week coming to make sure. But if we still get toys, we'll still collect, and at some point we might use them as a different component of what LEO Santa's about.
Sure. So Chief, walk us through the distribution. How do you do that? Because that's a pretty big job getting this many children served.
So in order for us to do distribution, we tried to add some different locations. So we had some satellites that are set up throughout Greenville County. We will list them on our website to let people know where to go. We'll actually put some signs out at those locations. And we have some volunteers from law enforcement and fire departments and some other individuals that have, donate or dedicated some time to go out that morning. And so they'll have their toys out there at those sites. And then we have other teams that will come together, law enforcement, fire, as they come together, EMS. They will actually pick up toys, put them in their units, and then everyone will leave from a location that we've got set up, and they will go out into the community and start making those deliveries. Now, last year, as they delivered, I believe last year we touched over 5,000 kids.
Wow.
With approximately anywhere from 3 to 4, 5 toys a piece. So that was through the generous donations that we received throughout the year.
Wow. Doesn't it just make your heart warm to know that people come together like this and donate these toys to make Christmas special for people they don't even know?
Absolutely. And I, for one, can tell you that, when you see a smile on a child's face, it changes things. And, like I said, it gives us an opportunity to spread the love that we've all been fortunate to receive, and sometimes that's what they need to pick them up.
Yeah,
and is to just see that love that we do have for each other is what we're all called to do, is spread love.
Sure. With me today, Berea Fire Department Chief Gary Brock. Again, if you'd like information on the program, go to leosantachristmas.com, leosantachristmas.com. Chief, one final question for you. As far as the kids, how are they chosen? How do you decide who to take the toys to?
So basically, throughout the year, their law enforcement gets out and they sort of coordinate with other fire department, other agencies, and they know some poverty-stricken areas, low income. And basically, as they see these parts of the community, they sort of determine, this is an area of need. And basically, that's one way. Then we also do a community outreach that we call as an angel tree in our program that resource officers within the schools have gathered information from their guidance counselors on what is of need and who needs those, and they actually have an applicational process that they go through to do that. And so we provide that for the schools. We do have another one that says they call in or respond on email. We actually have a faith-based program that actually organizes those that if they are in need, we will take those requests and we'll fulfill those needs also.
Sure. Well, this is just an amazing program, Chief. Thank you again for what you do and all of your men and women in the Berea Fire Department and first responders all around the county, because as so many of us will be celebrating Christmas with our families, a lot of you guys will be working to make sure that our community is safe, and we certainly appreciate that. Chief Gary Brock with the Berea Fire Department, thank you for your time, and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you, and God bless all of you.
Thank you. Your comments are welcome on the Furman Ford text line, 864-477-JOEY. That's 864-477-5639. Emails always welcome, joey@joeyhudson.com. Miracle Hill Ministries is South Carolina's largest and most comprehensive provider of homeless services, serving people's physical, emotional, and spiritual needs. And what an impact Miracle Hill has had this year. Think about this. Over 200,000 shelter beds provided, over 350,000 meals served, and on these cold days that we've been experiencing, over 12,000 cold weather beds provided to get people out of the freezing weather. And this is all just amazing. But here's the number that really tugs at my heart. 351 children have been in the Miracle Hill Foster Care Program. On our guest line today, Brenda Parks, the Vice President of Children's Ministries. Welcome, Brenda. How are you?
I am good. Such a privilege to be here today.
Well, it is an honor to have you. I'm a big fan of what Miracle Hill Ministries does for our community and just appreciate what you do. We're going to talk about the children's ministries in just a moment. But first, if you would, give our listeners just a general overview of what Miracle Hill Ministries is all about for those who maybe are not familiar with the ministry.
Absolutely. You know, Miracle Hill has been around since 1937, and it exists so that homeless children and adults would receive food and shelter with compassion and hear the good news of Jesus Christ while already moving toward healthy relationships and stability. That's our primary goal, is that folks would know that they're loved by the Lord and that they would be able to be reconnected in the community and be stabilized, resilient, and then be able to go on with their lives. We are about, reconciliation. We're about resilience.
Yeah.
And Miracle Hill, we have our home, opening in the opening, we have our homeless shelters. We have 3 in the upstate, here in Greenville. We have in Spartanburg. We have in Cherokee. And then we also have, like you mentioned, our cold weather shelter. It's been pretty cold. And, whenever it gets below 40, we wave the white flags indicating, hey, if you don't have a place to go, come home to us. Because we receive them. We don't want anybody to be out in the cold. We also have our substance treatment programs, one for women and one for men. We have our women renewal, and we have our men overcomers, and we have our transitional housing, because our whole goal is to be able to help that person who's come to their senses of thought and coming back home and wanting to reconnect. And so we offer these programs, and then we also have transitional housing. Again, always leading them in a direction of resilience and reconciliation.
Yep. And
then, of course, go ahead.
I was going to say, along the way, you always introduce them to the love of Jesus Christ as well.
Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. It would not be possible if it was not for the Lord, because we want them to know that they can do all things, including, coming back to society and regaining their strength and the ability to reconnect to the community. And then also, Joy, if I can tell you, we have our children's program as well, of which I am the vice president, as you noted. And we serve children who have been victims, of abuse and neglect and foster care. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, and let's talk about that for a minute. You have one of the largest foster care programs in the state. So talk with us about the children that you're providing these foster homes to.
I will. So children come to us through the Department of Social Services, all ages, 0 to 18. And they come to us having been victims of abuse and neglect of various sorts. They come traumatized, removed from the family of origin, the main people that are supposed to take care of them. And so God blesses us to find caring families who are willing to step in and provide for them while their parents attempt to remedy the circumstances that caused them to be in foster care. So they come in to a God-fearing, loving family and who train them up the way they should go and hopefully help them be prepared to go back to their family of origin.
Yeah. With us today, Brenda Parks. She's Vice President of Children's Ministries with Miracle Hill Ministries. For additional information on Miracle Hill, just go to miraclehill.org. So you have a special place, I know, over in Pickens County, your foster care community. This is a place where people who want to be a foster parent, you literally provide the home for them in order to make that home for these foster children. Talk with us about that program. And if someone is listening today and they're interested or they're feeling led to be a foster parent, talk with us about the process and your program in particular.
I will. My heart always gets excited when I get to talk about the foster care community because it affords individuals who have a love for the Lord and caring for his children to become domestic missionaries. Well, Joy, when you think about a missionary, you think about them, I always say, going across the wild blue yonders and into different countries. But imagine driving up a picturesque road up to Pickens, Pumpkin Town, where they are provided, like you said earlier. We, Miracle Hill, provide the homes that become their homes while they care for the children. And the main thing about that program, we've got 7 houses up there. I am currently still looking for one family because I've got one empty house at this time. So if there's anybody who have a love for the Lord and a desire to care for his children, but they agree to care for a minimum of 4 children because what the agency DSS recognizes is a lot of times children come into care sibling groups, 3, 4, 5 children. And one of the things the law actually says, and DSS, and we agree, children should not have to be separated one from another.
Sure.
And so in the community, those families agree and they embrace a sibling group. Like just the other night, we accepted a sibling group of 3 children. And so we get excited to keep kids together when they've been separated from their birth parents. And in this community, we provide this home where this family comes in. And Joe, it's really the best deal ever. But God does that, right? The home is provided for a minimal administrative fee, a very minimal of $150 a month. Minimum administrative fee.
Yeah.
That's all. And you have to, as a family, you have to incur your own cell phone costs and things of that nature. But everything else, the ministry provides, because we're about doing whatever we can to remove barriers so that people can step into this ministry. But, we also need families who are in their own homes as well, needless to say. And we're excited. We currently do have about 140 families, but we need so much more.
Yeah.
We need so many more families, and so I'm prayerful that someone's listening will say, hey, let me call Brenda and talk with her a little bit more personally about what this foster care is all about.
Yeah, and that's our hope as well. So, Brenda, if someone is listening today and they say, well, we'd love to be able to play a part in a child's life, but we have a child of our own. How does an existing family potentially work into your program?
Great question, Joey. What we do is we work with the family to understand the dynamics of foster care to assure their children likewise have an appreciation, but it works really well. a great majority of the families that do come to us already have children. And the other thing about that is DSS provides scholarships or ABC vouchers so that the families continue to work, and they provide for care at a daycare that accepts the vouchers so that the family works and takes the kid to daycare, and not at their expense, but the agency, DSS, provides 85 to 90% of a cost of daycare for children. So yes, we work collaboratively with DSS. We work closely with the family to make sure all is well so that their children adjust well to that placement.
Yeah. Brenda Parks with me today with Miracle Hill Ministries. Brenda, we have about a minute left. Tell our listeners, if someone would love to talk with you about this, the best way to start this process.
Certainly will. I would advise you to get on our website at miraclehill.org and look at our website about foster care. And then you can call our main number, 864-268-4357. If you forget that, just think of HELP, HELP, because that's what we do, 268-HELP, and ask for Brenda Parks, and I will be glad to speak with you.
Just that simple. Brenda, again, I applaud you for what you do. Miracle Hill is just a special organization. Our upstate community is blessed to have you guys as part of our community, and thank you for what you do. And hopefully there'll be someone listening today whose heart is touched and maybe wants to be involved in your ministry. Hope you have a wonderful Merry Christmas, Brenda, and we'll talk again soon.
All right. I appreciate it. God bless you and your station and all your listeners. God bless. Merry Christmas.
Have you finished with your Christmas shopping yet? Well, I have some good news for you. MyPillow is glad to announce that their Christmas extravaganza is continuing. Get this season's flannel sheets for as low as $59.98 when you use promo code Joey. And they're not going to last very long at this price. The famous My Slippers, they haven't been on sale for over a year. They're regularly priced at $119.98. Now, with promo code Joey, you can get them for $59.98. And the 6-piece towel set, these towels, you've heard me talk about them. They're very soft, but yet they are absorbent. Most times, you're not going to get a towel this absorbent. When you use promo code Joey, when you go to MyPillow.com or call 800-893-4059, you're going to get them for just $29.98 with promo code Joey. $29.98 for a 6-piece towel set. With hundreds of MyPillow products, there's something for everyone on your Christmas list. Bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more. Go to MyPillow.com or call 800-893-4059. Use promo code Joey to get the very best deal on every single item, and Merry Christmas to you. The South Carolina State Society of Washington, D.C. is a nonprofit organization and a member of the National Conference of State Societies. The SCSS connects South Carolinians in the nation's capital and those surrounding areas, and one of their biggest events is coming up soon, the South Carolina Ball, as part of the inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump. On our guest line today is Toby Douthat. Welcome, Toby. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I am wonderful. Thank you for your time. And let's just start with an overview of what exactly the South Carolina State Society does.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me on. As you mentioned, the South Carolina State Society is based in Washington, D.C. We exist to foster the relationships of South Carolinians and friends of our state up here in our nation's capital. We are a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization, and we're really dedicated just to promoting and advancing the best interests of the Palmetto State and our people in our nation's capital. And so it's really just a great way for folks who either moved to Washington, D.C. or have been up here for a long time and are from South Carolina to meet other folks from the Palmetto State and just really cultivate relationships with fellow South Carolinians, whether you're working on Capitol Hill in one of our delegation's offices, or you're working in the private sector, or you're attending school up here in the DMV area. It's just a great way for South Carolinians to connect and build relationships.
Yeah. And Toby, who are your typical members?
Yeah. Honestly, our members are pretty diverse. Like I said, a lot of our membership does come from folks working in government because that's what drives so many people to DC. So we've got a lot of folks who are Capitol Hill staffers. We've got a lot of folks who are working in federal agencies or working in the administration. But we also have a lot of folks who are working downtown, working for companies that have, bases in South Carolina or presence in South Carolina, folks who are working on economic development initiatives. We have, a lot of friends of our state government in South Carolina who have a presence up here in DC, whether full-time or temporarily. So we are very proud to say that we have members who are in their early 20s. We have members that are in their older years. So we are very thankful to have a super wide-ranging membership here in D.C.
Yeah. On our guest line today, Toby Douthat, the South Carolina State Society. You can find out additional information at their website, scstatesocietydc.com, scstatesocietydc.com. And Toby, I have to say, looking around at your website and some of your events, you guys seem to have a lot of fun.
We have a lot of fun. No one throws a party quite like someone from South Carolina, and we love being able to bring some of that Southern hospitality up to D.C.
Yep. And speaking of parties, the big one is coming up soon, the South Carolina Inaugural Ball. Give us all the details.
Yes, we are so excited to be back celebrating the presidential inauguration after a hiatus in 2021 when we weren't able to throw an inaugural ball because of the lingering pandemic. So we are really, really excited. We are going to be gathering on Sunday, January 19th, the day before the presidential inauguration here in D.C. Our ball is going to be held at the American Art Museum in downtown Washington, D.C. It is actually sometimes called the Portrait Gallery because a lot of the presidential portraits are in this museum, but it really is in the heart of D.C. It is such a great location, just a couple blocks away from the White House, a couple blocks away from the National Mall. We are so proud to have just a great gathering of about 2,000 South Carolinians coming to join us. Folks are going to be traveling up from the state to attend the inauguration and join us for the inaugural ball the night before, but there's also a lot of friends of ours who are from South Carolina and now live in D.C. who will be joining us. The ball will start at 7 o'clock p.m. and last until midnight. And we're really excited. It's going to be a night of dancing and celebration and camaraderie. We have an awesome band coming to join us called Custom Made. It's Custom Made with the K. And they are going to bring the house down with the horns and with some of our favorite songs. We are going to have great food catered. We're going to have an open bar. And we're really excited to have our honorary host committee joining us that will be made up of all of our federally elected delegations, so all of our senators and congressmen and congresswomen representing our state here in D.C., as well as all of our statewide constitutional officers, including the governor and lieutenant governor. So it is just going to be a fantastic night and a lot of fun.
And I'm looking forward to it. I have the opportunity to speaking to a lot of those people just in the last week or so. I've had Congressman William Timmons on with me, Congressman Ralph Norman, Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evett. She has a standing appointment every Thursday, and we've all this past week been talking about the ball, and we're all looking so forward to joining you guys.
It is going to be fantastic. I have not been this excited for something in a very long time, so it's going to be a blast.
Yep. Toby Douthat with me today. And Toby, I think it's important for us to acknowledge the fact that you and your co-workers there, you're all volunteers. You do this just because of your love of South Carolina.
Absolutely. We have our South Carolina State Society Board is made up of a lot of folks who have moved up to D.C. and work here from South Carolina and are proudly representing our state. And then our inaugural ball chairman, or our inaugural inaugural ball board is made up of 5 of us. Some of us work in government, some of us work in the private sector, and you're exactly right. We're volunteers who just do this because we love our state. We love being able to show our friends who are traveling up for this momentous occasion just how great and fun DC can be, and just give us all an opportunity to gather together. I think it's going to be really special.
Yeah. Now, let's get down to the important thing here now. Is there any chance that the president might come by?
The president will be invited to attend the ball. I have not had a confirmation that he will be able to attend, but we are very excited. We invite the president to join us for every inaugural ball. And so I really hope that he makes the time to stop by.
It's not like there may be a few other balls out there that have also invited him, so I certainly understand that. But look, we'll have a good time regardless, for sure. So let's talk for a minute here in our final minute or so together, Toby, about who can come, how people can get tickets, and just what that process is.
Absolutely. So our general admission tickets are currently sold out, but we do have a lot of sponsored tickets available at various different funding levels. So anybody who is interested in joining us as a sponsor, we would love to hear from. We can be reached at scinaugural@gmail.com. That's SCINAUGURAL@gmail.com. We are also compiling a ticket wait list in the event that we're able to release a few more general admission tickets, or if we hear from folks whose plans have changed, who are no longer able to attend and are interested in reselling their tickets. So anyone interested, whether it's to be added to that ticket wait list or to join us for sure as a sponsor, can reach out to us at scinaugural@gmail.com, and someone from our team will get back to them as soon as possible.
Yeah. Toby, thank you again for your time today. And I am just excited about this. My wife is excited about it. We're going to have a great time, and I look forward to seeing you on January the 19th.
Yes, and thank you so much for your time, and I'm so looking forward to seeing you. Thanks for everything you do for our state.
Sure thing. Have a great day.
Okay. You too. Have a blessed one.
Continuing today's show, joining me on our guest line is Taylor Talbot. She is Sales and Marketing Manager of the City of Greenville's Parks, Recreation, and Tourism. Welcome, Taylor. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful, and thank you for your time today. We're going to talk in a minute about Ice on Main, but first, give us an overview of what the Greenville Parks, Recreation, and Tourism is all about and what you guys do.
Yeah, sure. So as a department, we are 3 different divisions. So we have tourism, then we have parks, and we have recreation. So I am the sales and marketing manager, so I oversee all of our social graphics, signage, all of that comes out of our department for all 3 divisions, and sponsorships. So tourism specifically is all public events. So any city event is what we touch and cover downtown. And then parks, of course, any city park that you can think of. So Cleveland, Unity, Gower, all of those. And then also all of our community centers and recreation programs.
Yeah, that's a lot to keep up with, isn't it?
It's a ton of fun, though. We're busy for sure.
Yeah. Talk with us about just some of the programs because, it seems like I'm always seeing different activities in downtown Greenville. There's just a lot to do. And I think that's part of the attraction of people wanting to live in Greenville. So talk with us about some of the things that you do throughout the year.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely something that we care a lot about. At the core of what we do is to make Greenville a community that people want to live, work, and play. And so that is the very core of our mission. So we're constantly trying to find ways to engage the public and make this a place that they want to be. So throughout the year, we from the middle of March until the end of December, or really the middle of January with United Community Ice on Main, we've got something going on for everyone. So we have Piedmont Natural Gas Downtown Alive, Greenville Heritage Main Street Fridays. We do the TD Saturday Market. We have Greenville Jazz Fest. We do the 4th of July event at Unity Park. And then we also do Bank of America Fall for Greenville. And then after that follows Ice on Main. So definitely a busy year. We keep people on their toes for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of the market downtown, I remember when that started, and that has really grown. And I think it's sort of set the standard for other markets in the upstate, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We definitely take a lot of pride in this TD Saturday Market, and we've had some really great conversations with other people locally that, smaller municipalities that get to, learn from what we do, and we get to help them out in their process as well.
Yeah. All right, let's talk for a minute about Ice on Main. It's returned to downtown Greenville. When I see people ice skating downtown, Taylor, I know that we're in the Christmas season. I kind of get excited because I know where we're headed with that. Talk with us about, first off, the history of Ice on Main, and then how long we've been doing it, that type of thing, and then give us some of the specifics of what it consists of, the times, and that type of thing.
Yeah, sure. So United Community Ice on Main has been going on for 14 seasons. So we just kicked off the 14th season. United Community has been our title sponsor for the past 13 years, and we're super grateful for them. And the rink has always been on Main Street, and we don't really see it moving anywhere. I think it gives the Hallmark movie vibe that downtown is during the holiday season, and I think it adds a lot of charm and character to our Main Street. So more specifically, the rink opened last week and will be open through January 20th. MLK weekend is our last weekend, and we are open every single day with the exception of Christmas Day. Monday through Friday, tickets are available. You can book online or you can walk up to the ticket shed. Monday through Friday, they're $10 a ticket for children and adults, and then Saturday and Sunday, it's $12 a ticket for children and adults. And we do have a little bit of different hours for holiday breaks. So if you have kids that are in Greenville County schools, we follow that schedule for holiday break hours. And so the rink will be open a little bit longer, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. those days. So it's definitely the very beginning of the holiday season for us. We get super excited about the next month and a half following, and, bringing that spirit, that Christmas cheer, all of that to Main Street is really fun. Yeah.
With me today, Taylor Talbot. She is Sales and Marketing Manager with the Greenville City Parks, Recreation, and Tourism. Taylor, you're right. I mean, it just sort of it's that Hallmark downtown type thing. I remember, again, when we started this, and there's just something about people ice skating that you think of Christmas. But I've also been curious about how that works. I mean, how do you keep the ice frozen?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we have about a 2,000-ton chiller that we have to drop in with a crane that sits down there by the restrooms. We cover it up to make it pretty, of course, but that chiller pumps a chemical called glycol in through coils underneath the rink, which then freezes the water. So what's really cool is that pretty much in any weather conditions, we can keep the ice frozen and people can skate. So even though sometimes we have a little bit of warmer weather, don't let it deter you. We will still have the rink open for the most part. And the only real hiccup would ever be about, rain or something like that. But it's quite a production for sure. And it's very cool that we're able to do it here in South Carolina. A lot of people don't think we could have ice, all the time here, but we're breaking the stereotype. Yep,
that is for sure. Tell us again about if someone wants to make reservations. Do you recommend that, or can people just show up and skate?
I definitely recommend booking online. We do sell out pretty quickly and a few days in advance. So definitely look online, see what's available. Go to iceonmain.com, and you should be able to find all the information there.
Okay, iceonmain.com if you're interested in booking a time, and you can see all the information as far as the hours and the cost. What about groups? Do you welcome groups like classrooms and that type of thing?
Yes, you can do private bookings for sure, or rink rentals. You'll just get in contact. And that information is also on the website of who to get in contact with, and we can book out the rink for you.
Taylor Talbot with me today. Taylor is the Sales and Marketing Manager with Parks, Recreation, and Tourism in downtown Greenville. Again, that website is iceonmain.com, iceonmain.com. You can get all the details there, and you can book. Now, let me ask you one final question here, Taylor. Do you have to know how to skate?
You don't have to know how to skate. We have skate scooters, and we have a railing that goes all the way around the rink. So if you don't know, that's okay. Just get out and have some fun.
I mentioned earlier that my wife and I were in New York City for Thanksgiving, and of course we went down to Rockefeller Plaza. I always have to do that, and saw the rink there. And it was something cool. I'd never seen it before, but there was a young man out there, looked to be like, maybe 4, 5, 6 years old in that age range. And he had some type of like a Disney character that he held on to and kind of pushed it around the rink.
Oh, that's so fun. A fun fact actually about our rink is that it was modeled after Rockefeller Center.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a much smaller version of it, but that is just a fun fact. We modeled it after the most iconic one in the country.
Yeah, well, that is. I mean, Peg and I love being in New York City just prior to Christmas and seeing the big Christmas tree and, of course, the ice skating. And so, but you can get that in downtown Greenville as well. And so that's something to be proud of. Taylor, thank you so much again for your time. Appreciate what you do. And, as I said, I love downtown Greenville, and you guys certainly make it a very nice place to visit and to live.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Sure thing. That's it for this special weekend edition of Just the Truth. Thanks for joining me in the PhD Weight Loss Studios. To lose weight for the last time, visit myphdweightloss.com. If you haven't joined my mailing list yet, visit my website, joeyhudson.com. Click on the Connect with Joey button so that you can receive our emails and the most up-to-date news. Also, join me on my YouTube channel. Be sure and like, comment, and subscribe. Just search for Joey Hudson. As always, thanks for spending a few minutes of your day with me. Do me a favor and forward this episode to a few friends. Just click on the share button and send to your contacts. We need to build an army of conservatives to win our country back, and we can do that by continuing to share the truth with our friends and family. Keep those comments coming via the Furman Ford text line, 864-477-JOEY. Email to joey@joeyhudson.com, and I love your messages on the MyPillow message line. Again, that's 864-477-JOEY, 864-477-5639. Be sure and take advantage of the MyPillow special, just $14.88 on the standard MyPillows when you use promo code Joey. Order online at mypillow.com or call 800-893-4053. We're back again tomorrow and hope you'll plan to join us. Until then, remember, God's got this. He's still in control.